You know, I thought both teams shot the ball extremely well. They made a couple at the end, and, you know, we missed a couple at the end. But it was, you know, we couldn't stop their offense, and they really couldn't stop ours. And it ended up when they got a couple open threes at the end, and we got a couple, we missed ours, and they made them, and they deserved to win.
Let's take questions for Tyus Battle and Elijah Hughes, please.
Hi, Zach Lang, Citrus TV. This question's for Tyus. Now that this season's officially in the books, what can you tell us about your future in Syracuse?
I mean, I'm not making any decisions. I'm not worrying about that right now. I mean, this was a tough loss for us, but I thought we did a pretty good job offensively. We have to do a better job defensively. I mean, they had way too many threes, but it was just a tough loss.
Elijah, you had a great first half and then went a long time without scoring in the second half. Were you not feeling well? I know you went to the bench at one point because you got a bloody nose, I think. Did they change their defense on you? What was going on?
Nothing necessarily. Tyus got going a little bit, so he took over, did his thing for a little bit, and started getting the rhythm a little bit as the half got to an end.
Zach Braziller, New York Post. How much, Tyus, or how much did you guys miss Frank's defense out there? You know, Mason obviously had a pretty big game for them. Do you think that was a factor?
No, I'm not going to leave it on one person. I mean, we have to do a better job as a team, finding shooters and keeping guys in front of us. I mean, but I'm not going to just keep it on one person like that.
Anything more for student athletes? Right back here.
For Elijah, no, it's not the end you want, but your first season in Syracuse, what are you going to remember from your first year?
How resilient this team is. We never put our heads down really all year. There was a lot of times people counted us out certain games, and we just, we knew we had a chance to win, and we just went out and competed. So probably how resilient this team is.
All right, we'll dismiss the student athletes, and then when they've left the stage, we'll direct questions to Coach Boeheim. Thank you, guys. Questions for Coach, please.
Jim, do you agree with Tyus's assessment that, you guys didn't miss Frank maybe as much as the rest of us thought?
Well, obviously we missed him. He's our point guard. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses. He isn't here. Would we have liked to have him? Yeah.
More questions for Coach?
Zach Brazil, New York Post. Jim, what did you see from your defense? Your 2-3 usually creates problems for teams this time of year, especially teams that don't see it.
They're a smart team. They're good against zones. They play zone. They got the ball in the middle and used the guy as a passer, which is what we see. And we just didn't cover as well as we needed to. It really is both guards have to key it which way they go, and that's where our inexperience probably hurt the most, because we didn't really make the right rotations, and that's a little bit of the inexperience of having a freshman out there.
Chris Carlson from the Syracuse Post-Standard. Jim, how do you have to change what you do without Frank on the floor?
Well, Tyus had played some points, so offensively, I thought we handled everything pretty well. We attacked their zone well when they changed to the zone. We attacked their man-to-man pretty well. It puts a huge strain on Tyus. He gets no chance to rest a little bit. I think he got tired a little bit at the end because he's got to do so much with the ball. But I thought offensively we were fine. we played as well offensively as we played for the most part. Defensively, that's where it hurt us. It hurt us on the defensive end. We rebounded pretty well. We handled the ball pretty well. We moved the ball well. We shot the ball extremely well. We wanted to get to the foul line, and we did that, but we needed to make a couple threes in there when the run went on. But the advantage of trying to get to the basket is to get to the free throw line, which we did, but we just didn't get there enough, really.
Jim, considering what you brought back and the pieces you added, how would you describe this season? Are you disappointed with the year you guys had, or?
Well, I think you're always disappointed when you lose in the tournament. If you think you have a chance to win, we obviously had a chance to win the game tonight. It's been an up and down year. We start out, really poorly, and even though we lost to some pretty good teams early, Oregon's a good team, especially with Bo, and obviously Buffalo is, and Old Man. They're tough teams. We played pretty consistently in the league. We beat the teams we were supposed to. We upset, Duke, obviously, upset with Ohio State, at Ohio State. Those were good wins. It was a solid year. It just wasn't the year I think we would have liked to have, but I thought these kids, I thought everybody played well. I think with Buddy coming in, Elijah coming in their first years, Marek and O'Shea, our sophomores, I think we didn't have the consistency from the beginning, missing Frank for a long time, and then, of course, obviously at the end. But so it wasn't the year I think it could have been, but all in all, considering everything, I would say it's been a solid year.
Coach, you've enjoyed great success, particularly in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Obviously, you're dealing with a disappointed locker room. How would you summarize the message that you just gave to your team a few minutes ago? Well, it's what I've said right here. I thought, we got off to a really bad start in this game and dug ourselves back into it. Really played well, 30-some minutes. We had the lead. And we had two defensive breakdowns. We gave them two wide-open threes, and that we just couldn't get back from that. We'd come back the whole game from the beginning, in the half, and even the second half came back. But, we just couldn't get enough done on the defensive end tonight. And again, when a team shoots like that, obviously they're a pretty good shooting team, but guys that don't usually shoot a lot go 3 for 3, and, they banked a 3 in the first half. They banked a foul line shot that hit the top of the backboard and went in. Those things sometimes happen, and, sometimes those things are hard to overcome, but we played really well offensively for a long time tonight, and then when we missed 2 key free throws when it was, obviously still close, and then we missed a layup when we were still right there. But they made a couple big threes at the end. That was the difference in the game. But considering the circumstances, we played really well, and nobody's happy when you lose. But Baylor is a really difficult team for us to play against. They pass it well and they shoot it well. And, Mason is a really accomplished veteran point guard, and he knows where the ball should be, and he can shoot it too. So it's difficult for us. Probably of any team, other than, the 1 seeds in the tournament or 2, I think Baylor is a harder team for us to play than anybody else. That was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd rather almost played anybody, but they just really. They might not make 16 if we play tomorrow, but they'd make 12.
I think. They're good. They're a really good shooting team, and, you know, we knew that coming in. We tried to adjust our defense outward, but that's where the inexperience at the guard spot hurt us the most on the defensive end. Okay?
Last question.
Hi, Coach. I was wondering what your thoughts are on Buddy's performance tonight in his third
He
consecutive
struggled
start.
offensively, but I'd expect that from a freshman. I'm not sure. Where are you from?
Citrus TV.
Where?
Syracuse.
Oh, you're from, I figured, I should have known that. Your first question, I should have known that. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you, Coach.